Hey, visionaries! You are now tuned in to the Starts with a Vision podcast, where everything you do in life starts with a vision. If your vision is clear or foggy, you are in the right place. It's time to go take what's yours, because there's a vision only you can see, and a dream only you can dream. And now, your host, Mr. Starts with a Vision.
What is going on, guys? Happy Monday, man. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're tuning in to this. First off, let me say thank you, right? Thank you for tuning in. And I want to just drop a quick gem on you really quick. Know your KPIs. KPIs, key performance indicators, okay? These things will save your life and they'll get you on track to where you need to be. So what do I mean by that? Let's just say you have to call, you want to make $5,000. So, maybe you have to call 100 people a day. Now that equates to, 3,000 people a month. And then you want to know your closing percentage or whatever that may be, and on and on and on. Right. And so I just wanted to tell you that because I think that KPIs are extremely important in your life, tracking performance and tracking progress and things like that. So a lot of times people aren't, succeeding because they don't have any KPIs and they're not tracking them. So I say that to just say, man, know those, and that's how you'll, see some form of progress and success into your life. So I just wanted to say that, no real reason, but I think that is very important, and it'll help people out. Today's guest is Auguste Crenshaw. She is a coach, but before that, she was doing other things, and we're going to be talking about her whole journey, of course. And what's really unique about Auguste is she plays no games at all. She is real. She's raw. She's uncut. I call her like the Ray Lewis of like women's empowerment, if you will. Or like the Ray Lewis of just like women coaches, because she go hard, and she's not going to let anybody feel sorry for themselves at all. So I really just know that you're going to get a lot of perspective from this episode, and a lot of life changing value, because honestly, if a woman could do it, why can't a man, right? So she's giving you no excuses to be successful, and I'm really excited for this episode. So today's guest is Auguste Crenshaw. What's going on, everybody? This is Isaiah Fowler, a.k.a. Mr. Starts with the Vision. And if you are new to the podcast, I want to welcome you to the best podcast on the planet, the podcast that does not play with you. It does not play games. It gives you the real truth about entrepreneurship. And we are committed to helping you live your best life. We're committed to helping you elevate and get to another level and the next level. And today's guest is no different, right? Today's guest is she's going to give you some heat. If you're wearing a jacket, you might need to take it off and throw a fan on, because she's going to make you hot. Okay. So today's guest is a coach and of course an entrepreneur, but she is like I told her she's like the Ray Lewis of women in business, right? She don't play no games. So today's guest is Auguste Crenshaw. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing fabulous, and I'm excited. Absolutely. Anytime I get a chance to put some fire up under some entrepreneurs' feet, it's a blessing to me.
Nah, you ain't putting them under their feet. You put them under their ass. Don't play. Don't try to be modest now.
They already know it's going to come. I already told my husband, I said, I'm enjoying this podcast. I said, I'm going to start some shit.
Absolutely. Because I could be a little bit controversial, in my approach to things a little bit. But, if you aren't making people think and challenging their thinking, then you're really not living, in my opinion. No. Right. And what did Aristotle say? That the best way to be nothing is to be nobody, do nothing, and all that good stuff. So, I am being somebody. So, of course, I'm going to have people who always have something to say about me the same way you are.
Yes, absolutely.
So really quick, Auguste, I think that you're very interesting in a good way. Right. When I first met you via online, because I don't meet anybody in person no more, it seems like, right? Everything is like virtual. But when I met you online, you was going hard. I said, oh my goodness. And when we were messaging, you were like, yeah, I don't play no games. And people say that. So I was like, okay, cool. But when I heard the video, I said, whoa, she really meant that. Like, she does not play games. So why are you so like, I don't want to say in your face, but in your face? Why are you so no bullshit? Like, this is real life right now. Like, why is that?
Well, number one, it's just the way that I am. Like, real. And when I say that, a lot of people are like, what? I mean, everybody's got their own gift, and some people got to go through an exploration to figure out what that is. But my voice has been my gift since I was a kid. Even when I used to go to church, I was like, "Up, you're gonna die and go to hell. You didn't come to Sunday school." So that's a natural thing that's in me to have a voice that speaks to people. But as it pertains to entrepreneurship specifically, since I'm a coach, I have to have this kind of personality with people. It's me, but I got to make sure that they get it because of a lot of reasons. I don't have time to waste, and I don't believe people have time to waste on their dream. And people come into this entrepreneurship thing with the wrong kind of mindset. And I have been through a lot. This ain't about my struggles, but I've, been young, teen pregnancy, homeless shelter. I've been on welfare, food stamps. I've, driven for Uber, fought to make it work, went to school, got a degree, and life just slapped me in the face with reality over and over and over again. And I didn't have a choice but to press, a choice but still make a decision. What is it that I want? What am I going to get? And to still persevere no matter what. And when you've been through that, and I understand that I transfer that same type of energy to people that come to me, then I can't be sugarcoating stuff. I can't give them highlight reels. And I can't say, oh, let me just tell you about all of the beautiful things that are going to happen when you gain control over your life. And so as a coach, I'm just in your face. And if I'm in your face and I'm 1000% authentically me, if we ain't meant to work together, you're not going to come around me and waste my time. I'm a time fanatic. And what I don't do is I don't bullshit with time. I was messaging you like, hey, when we going to meet? So that's just like a quick synopsis of it. But no, I mean, your dream is on the line. Your life is on the line. Your mental is on the line. Your spirit is on the line. And if you're talking with me, I'm not going to let you waste that. That's where I'm at.
And I think that's honestly what a great coach would do, even though there's a lot of those coaches who don't, right? But we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But you said people come in entrepreneurship with the wrong mindset. So, from your perspective, what mindset do they come in this game with?
They come in with the mindset of, okay, I'm ready to do this. And since I'm going to put some energy towards it, I'm going to get some results. Mm-hmm. That's it. And then they want that instantaneous success. They want that microwave mentality. They have that microwave mentality, the entitlement mentality. That's not a millennial thing. Let's stop saying that. That is a bullshit thing that goes through the minds of most people. And unless you're conditioned properly, I have yet to have an entrepreneur come to me and say, yeah, I was really ready for the heat to come like this. I was really ready to experience it like this. It's not all sugar and candy and roses and sweets. It's a grind. I tell people all the time, being an entrepreneur is one of the most intensified spiritual journeys that you will ever go through, because in order to get to the next level, you have to keep on continuing to tear off a layer of the bullshit from everything you've learned from being a kid, from being in the system, from not being shown your authentic self, for growing and maturing. You have to go through something to learn you in order to be able to serve other people. And so people say, oh, well, I got this ingenious idea. I got this ingenious plan. Bam. And since you're a coach, you're going to give me the winning strategy ASAP. And then there it is. Like there's no work. Really, there's no work. You've been watching too many of them Facebook ads with everybody on the beaches. You don't start there. You work to get there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, that's super real. And just so in term of the instant success, right? They do one thing and think that $15,000 is going to come. Honestly, to make your first, in my opinion, to make your first $15,000, that's the hardest amount of money to make. Right? Because if you're coming from nothing, I'm talking about no foundation of anything, then how do you expect to make this amount of money when you have no sales processes, no systems processes, no sales skills, right? You don't even know what you're charging, right? Like
you hitting some nerves, Isaiah. You hitting some nerves for the simple fact that I had a woman that came into my academy. And she was like, yeah, well, I'm a healer, and I'm going to heal all these people, and I'm going to heal men, women, and children. And it's like, sweetie, I'm not saying you can't heal men, women, and children, but predominantly, who do you heal? What facet of healing, do you heal people in? Is it, from extreme medical conditions? Is it mental? Is it spirit? What is it? And I couldn't get this woman for the life of me to want to just, at least not to me, but to the rules of the game. I couldn't get her to bow down to the fact that you got to identify who you speaking to. And I broke it down simply, and so I'm naturally prone to give nuggets. So everybody that's listening, you may be at the beginning, the middle, or the end of your journey. But I literally said to this woman, when you're marketing because you're healing children, you're going to have to hit the heart of the mama, because that's you. Hey, moms, when our babies are down and sick, blah, 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 blah. When you're speaking to the woman, you may have to come along the lines of say you already pressing hard and you tired and fatigued. You need to get energy and your vitality back so you can have time for you. When you marketing to the man, you may have to be like, all right, you don't have time to be down because it's action nonstop, and we got to get you back right. So the way that you send your message out to all three of those people is different. So yes, you got a problem if you come to me or any other real coach with a genius idea, but you can't even get past the threshold of a very fundamental thing, such as identifying your ideal client, let alone getting in, targeting them specifically in the market, let alone, like you said, understanding how to sell. I hear entrepreneurs come to me all the time and say, well, I keep getting all of these people and I keep talking to them, but no one is converting because you don't understand how to develop a rapport. You don't understand how to ask the right questions, so you obliterate their objections at the end. When you come to a sales process with me, I'm asking you the kind of questions intentionally so that you can't say that bullshit like, well, I got to talk to my husband. I do stuff like that sometimes just to see what people will do with me, but I'm already at the beginning of the game. Okay, so this your business? Okay, is this your business, or do you share this business with your spouse? Who's the person that's making the decisions, et cetera, et cetera? So you need to understand how to position yourself when you're selling. You need to understand the kind of imagery that you're going to use if you are going to be online. There are so many things you need to do, and the vast majority of people, you coming out here, you don't have a target audience, and you may have 2,000 people that like this page, but 2,000 of those people, of those 2,000 people, only maybe 100 to 200 of them are really people that like your page. Because so many people come into this game wrong. You send a message to all your Facebook friends, like my page. Like, I ain't never sent you no thing to like my creative business page.
I didn't even know you had it. And I didn't even know you had it.
Yeah, I think you would like it off of GP, but you want me to tell you why I didn't invite you? Because I do work with men. There's nothing wrong with targeting an audience. I do work with men. A lot of men like me because I'm no holds barred. You are not my ideal client. And when I get ready to do Facebook ads based on who likes my page and based on the friends of those people that like that page or any statistical data, whatever it is that I'm doing, I don't want you messing up the algorithm. So people, it's so much more to running a business than just having a talent. The schematics and all of the stuff that's on the background. I tell people all the time, you may know how to make money, but you have to run a business. I'm a pause.
No, that's super real right there. And you said something. You said sometimes you'll say something just to see, what somebody would say, right? To see how they treat you per se. So if you were on a sales call and you were the consumer, right, and it was somebody who was looking to gain you as a client, if you was playing games with them per se, what would you expect them to say in order to make sure that you aren't bullshitting or you just get off the phone if you really not about this?
Can I use you as an example?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I sat there and I played the little game for a second. Me and my husband, we already vetted you out. We looked at you, but it can be a little tricky sometimes when you're deciding that you want to work with somebody. And so I was like, yeah, hold on for a second. Let me talk to my husband. We had already confirmed how we were going to move. And one of the things that I did with you when we were on the call, I was like, I remember when you was running this promotion, it was X amount of dollars because I missed your window of time. I think it was like, I ain't going to tell all your numbers, but for people would know this because in the beginning, I think you was offering your podcast thing for like $675. And that's when the hurricane hits. And I was like, but it changed. I was like, why did the price change? And you came back and you was like, because, that was a promotion. And as I continue to expand and I do X, Y, Z, and I know my work, this is what it is. That right there, I was like, okay, because I need to know that I'm working with another boss. I need to know that I'm working with somebody that sees value in what they present. Because if you see value in what you present, you're going to give it to me straight. You're going to give it to me right. If you would have folded or you would have did something, I would have been like, Dad, he might be really, really good at what he does, but I can't say that I want to work with him because our energy is not going to match. I know that I'm a beast. I need to work with the beast. So I played a few games with you. And when you said what you said, I was like, no, I'm good. I said, I was just asking. I just wanted to know. And and also, real talk on another level, if I saw too many weaknesses, you might have turned around and heard me make you an offer and say, you know what? I do still feel like I want to work with you, but your sales conversation, if you don't mind me saying, could be tight. I would like to talk to you and come back on the back end and potentially make you an offer. You guys these opportunities as an entrepreneur. So yeah, I do that to people, and I did it to you. You came correct, and I was like, okay, well, here's my name, here's my thing, and like that, as soon as you sent the invoice, I make the payment. We go through the process, and it's a done data.
Right. You know why? You know why I came correct?
Come on, why?
Because you came correct. look, it go both sides over here.
Right.
But also, just because we all go through things in terms of annoyances and stuff like that. And so when you get to a point where you don't care, right?
Hello?
And you could be nice and elegant, but at the same time, you can let people know what it is, So that's why, that happened. But that's a very good example. And I hope that people listening are definitely, pulling these nuggets, because this is real life right now. This is, really what happened. Yes. And it's a transaction in a relationship that has been built. But my question to you is, how did you even get started in entrepreneurship and like as an entrepreneur, right? Because we haven't even talked about that. And, a lot of people don't know. They just know that you don't play no games, but we don't know where you started from.
Well, where I originally started from is I was a hairstylist. When I was young, I had one of those fathers that wasn't really there, didn't really give a lot. And when he was there, he still didn't give a lot. But I've always had a knack for being able to make money. Even when I was a kid, I was like, it's not my day to do the dishes, Granny. Can I get 50 cents? When I was in high school, I was like, I'm real intelligent. I didn't take chemistry, but I know how to study and extract data. So I'm going to charge you $7 an hour to tutor you. That was big money back then. It was only $4.25 an hour. Let me go ahead and date myself. No problem.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
Yeah, that's way, way back in the day. But still, nevertheless, being able to make money was never an issue for me. But when I was in high school, I started braiding hair because my father wasn't going to pay for me to get those hairstyles, and neither was my grandma, who raised me for the majority of my life. And so I just started dibbling and dabbling. And what I ended up doing was attracting people saying your hair looks good. And one thing led to another. And I was doing my friends and my aunts and the people in the neighborhood. And pretty soon word got on the street in St. Louis that Auguste is cold-blooded and doing braids. And I dibbled and dabbled with education and going to school and working at, in a respiratory department at a hospital and doing different things, but nothing ever settled my spirit working for someone else. And I ended up taking an ST plunge and saying, you know what, to hell with this. I'm leaving and I'm only going to do hair. And I laser focused on that. And that's what I did. But what would end up happening is I started going through a little bit of a metamorphosis. There was always a coach inside of me, but I didn't know it. And that's the thing. A lot of us, we go through life and we discover stuff. And I had this woman in my life who was cold-blooded at designing jewelry, but I was looking at her like, why is she so local? Don't you want to take this somewhere else? Don't you want to do more? And in the process of helping her build her business, I learned that I knew how to do jewelry. And doors opened for me. People talk about manifestation and attraction and stuff like that. And doors were opening for me. People were like, your jewelry looks good. And would you like to come to this convention? And no, we're not going to charge you no rental fee. And it's going to be for the wives of the executives for Edward Jones and stuff like that. And a different side of me was open. And it's no disrespect to my city, but, St. Louis is a little slow, a little closed-minded on several things. I was like, I got to get out of here. And luckily, I got a husband we're really on one accord with one another. And we were like, in order to take your business to the next level, you need to go somewhere else. And we set an outrageous goal in 90 days to sell our house and everything in it except for the essential things. And we just up and left just like that and moved to Houston. But when I got to Houston, then you had to deal with the realities of life. And I also ended up being pregnant. It was like, ugh. I didn't feel that same energy towards doing the jewelry. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I know the level of passion in me there because of the passion that allowed me to grow my business as a hairstylist. And after sitting down, all those thoughts and memories, wait a minute, why does Zena always say she tell people I'm her life coach? Why? That one lady told me, August, you'll be good as a life coach. I know a woman that does it online and makes good money. And no offense, but you do a much better job of helping people. And so I really started doing some internal work and digging. That time of silence, because I had no friends, no family, nothing around. August discovered a side of herself that she didn't know existed. Immediately, instantaneously, once I had the revelation, boom, made the decision, and then I jumped out there. And that's literally what I did. I just jumped. You know what the hell I was doing? Didn't know how I was supposed to do it, but I jumped.
So when you jumped, did you just have your child? Was it a boy or a girl? And like what did that kind of like small little window look like, the jumping window? Because I think that window is the most, interesting.
Well, one thing is that entrepreneurship ain't gonna never come to you at a convenient time. And I'd had my son, but I had also had a daughter. So they're right behind each other. He just turned 3. She's 4. Okay. Not only that, I had a 10-year-old with me. And for a little bit of time, I had a college student that was with me, and we all moved. And when that decision was made, there were no conveniences. It did not feel good. I just knew what I had to do because of what I was called to do. So once again, I just jumped.
That's deep.
And I learned everything from the School of Hard Knocks.
Man, look, that School of Hard Knocks ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It ain't nothing nice. It don't feel good, but it'll make you a beast. And we could tell that you went to the School of Hard Knocks because, we know August. When I see that name on my timeline, I'll be like, uh-oh.
Calling people out. You celebrating Halloween, but you don't know what you're going to do with your business next month.
People got mad, but it's all good though. But you posted one status. I want you to talk about this. This was real heavy. You said, do you run your business or do circumstances run your business? Talk about that. What do you feel about that?
Man, that can go so many different directions. But my thing is if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to be a beast, and you got to decide you're going to be one. That's like the line. That needs to stay a constant. There's so many ups and downs. And what I find with people is either convenience or tragedy is usually what pulls the beast out of you. It's like, oh my God, this looks like it's going to be great. And since I got this opportunity to go to this vendor event or to be on this show or to do this, I'm going to be exposed. So let me try to make sure I got all my stuff together. Do I got my email? So I got this. And when they opt in, and do I have this? And does my presentation look right? Okay. Then on the flip side of things, oh my God, I had my side job. Well, your business was your side hustle and you had a job, but now you lost your job, and now your side hustle is now your full-time entrepreneur thing. And if you can't figure out how to pay these bills, you don't know what you're going to do. So now you want to go beast mode and solicit people in a store, run ads, even though you don't know what you're doing on Facebook, and you want to grind and you want to work. And so depending on what's going on in your life, for most people, that's what dictates how you run your business. And it cannot be like that. When they say entrepreneurship is not meant for everybody, it's not meant for everybody, because you got to go through this phase of breaking through. The initial, it's like I say, it's like a fraternity. You got to go through the hazing. You got to get through this part. And so if you need circumstances to motivate you, you're not built for this. This is not for you. You need to be like, you know what? Even when it don't look good, even when it don't feel good, even when I feel no level of excitement, I'm still going to beast this shit. If you don't have this mindset, I guarantee you will not last in the game.
Right. If you don't, because I know it's been times where I didn't want to get out the bed. Literally. I'm talking about I did not want to get out the bed. I wanted to sleep, not because life was good, but because I was depressed or because things just weren't happening. Or I knew that once I got out that bed, it was time to go to war, and I just didn't feel like it, So what you are saying, as crazy as it may sound to some people, it is the absolute truth, So what is your, I don't want to say process, But what's your, philosophy when working with people, and coaching them?
No, I say it all the time. I'm raw, real, and relentless about your goals. I want it as bad as you do. That last part is what matters the most. I want it as bad as you do. Everybody's got their own system and ways in which they work with individuals. And what I have found, to me, based on my vantage point, is that unfortunately, this is a vulture-like type industry. And what I want people to know is that when you come and work with me, however bad you want it, then that's how much on fire I am to make sure that you get there. And guess what? Because I want it bad, I only work with people that want it bad.
And when you say vulture-like type industry, let's dissect this, August. I need you to dissect this a little bit. What do you mean when you say this is a vulture-like type industry?
I personally believe that the vast majority of these people that are running around here with some of these crazy, colorful ads, the kind that say 6 steps to 6 figures in 6 days, the only emails that sell, the only funnels that sell, what you're doing is you're a vulture and you're taking someone's dream and trying to make it into a get rich quick scheme. I see a lot of people with I click on ads, I read ads, I go to pages, I look and see what they're doing. For one, because when I was dead broke, that's how I had to study and learn what to do. So I'm like, if they successful, what are they doing? Let me look at their stuff. But here's the thing. Most people, when they put their lead page and stuff out there, they only speak to it. I understand that most people purchase off of emotion. I'm not talking against advertising. I'm not talking against this process, but it is a highly exaggerated emotional experience that is only addressing the fame, the fortune, the glory, and it talks specifically towards the desires, not specifically towards what the person actually needs. And then it goes down to the bottom and it says that anybody and everybody can use this system. And that's when I start having a problem, because I don't have a problem until you speaking towards the desires. I know that people don't like to hear what they need. You got to tell them what they want and give them what they need on the other side. I understand all that. But when I go and I read your supposed qualifiers and it says, if you're at the beginning end, the middle end, the end of your business, this will work for you. And I do understand that some programs out there, you could have been in business for a few years, but you are having a problem with a breakthrough in this area. So you still have similarities to a newbie. I'm not talking about that. I want to make sure that nobody take what I'm saying the wrong way. I'm literally saying people put their stuff out there, and even though they will coach you and tell you need to find your niche, their verbiage will make it sound like they can help everybody. That's your immediate red flag not to mess with that. And I did a video about that, saying that it's hypocritical in the industry. And a lot of these are group coaching programs. And I got a problem. If you're a coach, listen to me. Y'all ain't got to like me. I want you to not like me. I want you to unfriend me. Repelling is just as important in attracting to me. I want you to be like deuces. I literally don't care. When you are formulating a group coaching program and you got beginning, middle, and intermediate together, a lot of people, they're not talking about the individuals that fall off. They only, they can have 100 people in a group and only have 5 people to get results, get 5 killer testimonials. At least 50% of the people fall off, but you got your money on the front end and you got your multiple 6 figures, but you didn't fucking change no lives. That is where the vulture part comes to me. That's when I have a problem. So yes, I understand that entrepreneurship isn't for most people. Yes, I understand that a lot of people will fall off, but what I'm not going to do is take your money to prove that you're going to fall off. If that makes sense to you. That's where I have an issue. And to be honest, the way I talk to a person at the beginning of their journey, the middle of their journey, and somebody that's been in the dirt, for a nice little minute, I don't speak to them the same way. That's why you got first grade, second grade, third grade. You got middle school, junior high. That's the same thing. And high school. That's why you got graduate. That's why you got undergrad. The way that I'm speaking You don't need to be hearing that if you're on an advanced level while I'm griping and bitching and complaining with somebody in the group that's messing up on the lower level. And if you on the lower level, you don't need to be hearing what somebody on the upper level is getting, because it's going to tease you and distract you. And you're going to be like, oh, but I should at least keep it in my head for now. No, what you need to do is focus on this right here. But I just see this clumping. We're going to put it, no, you need to have your stuff divided. So yes, I think that vultures are out there, and that's something that no one will ever be able to say that Auguste Crenshaw is.
Right. So is there a system to success?
There are systems that need to be in place, but I don't like that question. Just like I don't like the keys to success, the success secrets, none of that stuff, because it depends on the person. It depends on the variables in your life for the doors of opportunity, your work ethic, the type of business that you're in. There are certain key principles and things that everybody's going to have to do, but there are these other variables and factors that dictate what other things you need to do. And what I emphasize to one person that I'm coaching, I may not need to emphasize it to you, because you may be on a different level with understanding and interpreting information. There are success principles, but I don't like to say, oh, well, this is just how you streamline the process. And the reason why I say this, I want to make this real clear, because I know I say some controversial stuff, and some coaches may be like, well, that's because you ain't got on that level yet and you don't know. Look, I understand a lot of people do business coaching. I understand a lot of people, will teach you how to write your emails and ads. But how many people are really going to dig into your mindset? Because I have some people that I work with that I can say, okay, so here's the streamline. We're going to start right here. We're going to work with your ideal client. We're going to do this and this and go through all their packaging and pricing, do everything. But as I'm going through this, like I literally had one young woman in my group. I'm like, why you won't show up? She got this controversial business that she wants. Why you won't show up? Come to find out, there's a penetrating thought in her mind that had damaged her character and belief in herself from something from a relative from many, many years ago when she was young. So I can tell you the streamlined process for success based on what I picture for your business. But what about when we got to go through them ups and downs, those other factors to break through stuff? And so since I do a lot of mindset work, yes, there are streamlined processes, but I can't limit it to that, because all of this factors into your confidence, how you show up, how you price, how you present yourself, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that's, and I just asked that question because I hear it all the time, like you say, the 6 keys that you need to all of that stuff. And then the crazy part is that is what is being taught. Yeah. That's what's being taught by the big marketers. They teach you to put these lines, there's 3 things that you need, the 3 secrets. It ain't no secrets. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a whole bunch of intangibles out here, and the intangibles are what really matters, because when them 3 secrets, see, what they don't tell you about is the 1.5, the 2.5, the 0.5, and the 3.5. The 3.5 is the finish line. You know what I mean? But see, they get you to 3, but they don't teach you how to finish.
No.
And that's what I'm like, I feel you 900%, so, how do you, I already know how you stand out, right? But how do you feel like other people could stand out as a coach? Because you are a coach, and this is kind of like you challenging every day. I think you challenge other coaches, but why do you, or what do you think that other coaches should do to better the industry as a whole?
The biggest thing is to be who you are. And I know a lot of people say that that's who they are, but they're not. And the reason why I know is because I watch you morph. I watch you morph when you're speaking to this group, or when you're speaking to that group, when you're around me, or when you're around somebody else. Get down to that core of why you were created. Understand how your whole path in your life journey has been of something of great value. That's something that you get to transfer to someone else. Take the wool from off of your eyes and say, okay, you know what? Yes, there are systems that you can put into place. You can say, this is what you need to do in order to, do your ideal client. This is a standard, way of using your email marketing, of, nurturing and doing all of the, yes, have that stuff there, but be willing to really be there and to really serve people on those things that cannot be packaged up, in those things that we can't just say, oh, well, this is just the way that you get over it. Quit trying to serve as many people as you can ineffectively and serve the few as effectively as you can. And you know what? If you want the lifestyle and you want to grow, then put the right price tag on it. You know, there are some people out there that, you know, they charging, you know, 20, 50, 80, $100,000 for what they doing in coaching. But what they're producing is real. There's a reason why they put that price tag on there, because they're in the dirt. They're in the thick of it with that person. And they've said that this is what my time is worth. Some of you coaches, you are out here bullshitting with people's time because you undercharge. You don't know what you should be charging. And the only way you're going to meet your income goal is to say, well, if I put 100, 200, 300, 500 people in there, because I can use this, turn your dream into a get rich quick scheme and get this many people in here, I'm going to make my money. And then what you do is you play psychological games and you mind fuck people and say, oh, well, you didn't get there. You know, they say entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. And so this is why you fail, instead of taking ownership. When a team starts losing too many games,
the coach gets fired.
I was going to say, thank you. Who gets fired?
The coach.
Who gets fired? And so for me, and for my level of integrity, when I'm working with somebody and I can have 10 people which in a group, and let's just say 8 of them are beast in what I'm doing. When 2 of them ain't catching on to the concepts, okay, maybe we need to try this a different way for you, because your learning style is different. The way you internalize things, they're different. I got to figure out how to reach you. And if I can't, then I have enough integrity to say I've taken you as far as I can go. If you're bullshitting, then I have enough integrity to say, even though I could keep taking your money, my reputation got to stay solid. I love you, but you go play with somebody else, you got to go. These are the kind of things that you can do to bring the integrity back to the industry.
Yeah. So stop playing games with people's time and money. Yes. At the end of the day. Nah, that's very, very, very deep, man. And you hit a super key point. Undercharging, and you didn't say because you don't know your worth. You are the coaches undercharge to make money, but they don't charge what they're worth per se. So that is why the coaching industry is messed up. So you're not even saying y'all messing up this. No, you're saying charge what you're worth so that you can actually give them the results that they deserve.
But that's a scary place.
Right. So, and why is it so scary to go up on your price?
The thing that makes it scary is because people now, this is one of the reasons why I know that my clients love me, because beyond the theories and the philosophies, like I say, you know how to make money, but you don't know how to run a business. The people that work with me, for instance, in my group coaching programs, I make them look at other facets of their business beyond just their skills. You know, I make them literally analyze, okay, when you do this for this amount of money, how much time is it really taking? Oh, well, August, you know, I charge $200 a session and I work with them for an hour. No, you don't. Because what did you do to get them there? What amount of time did it take you, even if it's on a repeat process, what amount of time did it take in order for you to create and construct the emails that are going to go out to them and that are going to come back? What amount of time is it going to take for you to do the follow-up process with them afterwards? What amount of time is taken into creating the advertisement that was produced? What amount of money was spent to buy the software, the computer, to do all of these different things? And so when a person can look at what they've done time-wise, what they've done money-wise, what they're doing, when they're actually in the process of what they're doing, then that's one way, a practical way. See, I do mindset work and I'm very spiritual and intuitive, but there's also a part of you that needs to understand that knowing your numbers is critical if you want to take your business to the next level. When I first started coaching, I started $100 a session. Why? Because I researched the zip code that I was in, and it was like anywhere from $80 to $150. The upper people was like $250. So in order to make myself marketable, maybe I should start midstream. When I did that, I used to give reports after. And so what I had to do was these same philosophies, I had to take them to myself. I was like, wait a minute. So when she got through with me, yay, I'm making $100 an hour. But when I wrote a report, and since I care about my presentation to proofread, 30 minutes was gone. And then I had to do a couple other things. Wait a minute, I'm only making $50 an hour. And when I started dissecting that, because of me seeing the actual worth of everything that it takes for me to be a business owner, I immediately doubled it. And then, but as I'm doubling the price, I'm doubling my skill set.
Your value.
Because of the way I'm like, well, shoot, if she willing to pay me this, then I need to do this. But that's also meaning I'm maximizing the benefits. So wait a minute, what did she say? She was able to get the promotion, do this, go here, because I started off with life coaching. Wait a minute, that's not $200. I need to be making it $300. So when I make my packages. And so part of the reason why some of you can't raise your prices is because you can only see it just from the service and the price. And what I need entrepreneurs to understand that there is so much more to doing your business. You know, I don't want people to shun corporate America so much that you can't swing the pendulum too far. There's some stuff that you can learn from them. Because that's why they charge so much for certain things, because they got a budget to market for that position that's available. They got a budget to pay somebody to look at that resume. They got a budget to pay somebody to interview you. They got a budget to train you. You got to start budgeting and looking at everything in your business. And when you're looking at everything that it takes to run your business, you'll be like, wait a minute, between the ads and the software and all of this stuff, no, this is not going to be enough. And then I ended up being able to boost my prices because of doing stuff like that.
Nah, that's the realest ever. And I'm glad you talked about that because, I did the same thing. I had to kind of like just look at it like, man, $500 for this, that ain't nothing. Because when it's all said and done, not including taxes, right? I'm working for free.
Yeah.
And when you kind of look at it like that, it's like, wow. So that's when I know I needed to go up on price, et cetera, et cetera. So now, when we get on a strategy session and I say it's, X, Y, and Z amount of time or money, that's why, because I'm not working for free. Because you think just because you're paying me that I'm making that amount? No, it don't. No, how are we going to get on this call? I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm doing everything. And because of that, that cost me on my end. So, absolutely. I'm glad that you said that seriously. So what's your biggest thing that like you want to instill in people to help them live a better life in their business, their life, or whatever it may be?
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing for me would be that you deserve it and you can have it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people really understand that they deserve it and that they can have it. And if I can get you to see that, that's the ultimate mindset shift. From there, you're going to be like, okay, well, what I got to do?
Right.
And I don't want to mess with anybody that's going to get in the way of what I deserve. Your mind, that mindset shift. You deserve it and you can have it.
Right. And you know what I like about you? It's kind of funny, but you are so like hard, but at the same time, you so sweet and so soft. See how you said that? You see how you said that? Like you just went hard for 40 minutes. And then at the end, you say, you deserve it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you got me laughing because I put a post up asking my friends, hey, describe me in a GIF. And somebody put me with the koala bear, a polar bear with her baby. But then I had, people with all kind of other stuff on there. Most of them were like beast mode related. But honestly, real talk, I have to, especially as a woman. I know we are crunching down on time, but I just really want to make sure that I get this out here. And you can cut me off if I go too far. But I think that this is really relevant. Because entrepreneurship requires a grind, I believe that I have to make sure that I can get past that. If you can get past all of this, then the probability is much higher that we can work together. Not only that, I personally, women come off of this BS of what we supposed to look like, how we supposed to act, and stand up and walk in your truth and be you. But at the same time, because I know that we're all made different. See, I'm a coach and I serve healers and spa owners and relationship coaches, all kinds of people. That gives me a special skill set to work with people from all kinds of walks of life, which means that when you're going through something because of chaos with your husband and your kids and stuff like that, you need to also know that I am human. But in that humanness and in that love, those instincts still have to kick in. And for a few times that a man does decide that he wants to come and work with me, so that we understand that there's no bullshit allowed, because ladies, men do still want you if you work with a target audience of women. I need to make sure that I don't get lost in that feminine BS crap, the kind of crap that makes us make less money than men when we do what we do, even though there are more women that are entrepreneurs. So I need you to see both sides of me. When I say I want it as bad as you do, I'm here to serve. I'm here to love. I'm here to do what has to be done. But I'm also knowing that in order for it to get done, sometimes you may not need to suck it up, do what you got to do. So, yeah, beast all day. But yes, I'm still a lady.
Yeah. And you do care.
I do a lot.
You do care. And we could tell. We could definitely tell. So how could people, of course, contact you and come get this work from you?
Just come find me on Facebook. That's the easiest way. But if you're not on Facebook, everything is under my name. Go to augustecrenshaw.com and come and holler at me. All my information is on there. I'm ready. I'm ready for whoever's ready to take it to the next level.
Got you. So with that being said, guys, that's today's show. I not only hope, but I know that you enjoyed it because I saw some of the comments. And if you're listening to this on the podcast on iTunes, this is being Facebook Live as well. So there's people commenting while, she's talking. So if you want to, see this video format, then definitely come to the Facebook page and also on the YouTube. But the Facebook page is Isaiah, a.k.a. Mr. Starts With The Vision. So with that being said, that's today's episode. If you're listening, then definitely go hit up August because she's not gonna play no games with you and she's gonna help you. So that's today's show, and we're gonna talk to you on the next episode.
Thanks for listening to the Starts With a Vision podcast. Come get your vision clear at www.startswithavision.com. See you there.